This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Okay, so Jay Prince played himself last night. We already talked about what he put up. He tried to call out Camron and Mase, and of course they weren't going for it today. Okay, Jay Prince got eviscerated this morning by Camron and Mase. It's all started with Jay Prince calling Camron and Mase haters for what they said about Shakur Stevenson, who's managed by Jay Prince, I guess. Now, Jay Prince be sticking his nose into too much stuff. Check in. He had something to say about, he tried to bring Kanye and Drake together, and that was failed, right? Because, yeah, you might have brought them together to do your little show so you could, supposedly raise money for Larry Hoover, but we know you made money off of that and then Kanye didn't honor anything and dissed Drake shortly after that. Told Drake to not respond to Pusha T. I mean, he just made Drake look weaker and weaker, And then in the case of NBA YoungBoy, Camron and Mase bring up, NBA YoungBoy told you to S his D. Like when you said you had his car keys. He's like, how do you have my car keys? Were you in on stealing my car keys out of my house? He called him a hater. Whack 100 totally disrespected Jay Prince. He doesn't do anything, and these are his. Yeah, these are people at his level. He's supposedly the street guy. I mean, listen, people were scared of Jay Prince and had a lot of respect for him, for sure back in the day. For sure, I would say 90s. 2000s, I had a lot of respect for the Prince family when I went to Houston, right? But ever since like 2012, I would say, and up, he's just poking his head into everything. Like people were just gonna respect and bow down to him and kiss his feet, and it just ain't that, It just ain't that, In Jay Prince was talking about, in other words, Kim and Mase, I will fade all shots, take all bets. Numbers don't lie, haters do, They told how they felt on the situation in that fight. They said it was boring, and guess what? You couldn't handle it, and neither could your boxer. Mase was like, I never respected the street guys, and that's why I got in so much trouble. He says, no, who's going to tell me what to do? You're not going to tell me what to do as anybody. Who is this guy? And then he would get himself in trouble, he said. But he says, that's how I am. I stand on my own, too. Camron highlighted all the times that Jay Prince looked like a clown. They didn't even bring up the Takeoff thing. Your son had, act like he was holding down Takeoff and Quavo, and his own people got into it with Quavo, and Takeoff ended up dead. Right? Then you act like you're putting up a mural, but you really put up an advertisement for the Prince family. It's sickening, man. I'm going to be honest with you, man. The Jay Prince needs to stop. He's always poking his head in anything, threatening Birdman over Drake, threatening and his son, threatening P. Diddy, threatening this person. It's like, stop, okay? Camron said, you 60 still trying to be in the streets. You lost. You lost, bro. Camron and Mase definitely eviscerated Jay Prince this morning. Nori says, I predict Kendrick and Drake will squash it and eventually make one of the biggest hip-hop records of all time. Did he even listen to the records? Like, can he read the room? Nori. Yeah, this is not like back in the day where certain things are said and it's on wax. Sometimes it's not just on wax, but like you can get past it one day. The things that are being said on some of these records can cost you millions of dollars, right? Kendrick is going out telling everybody that Drake likes young women, right? And he keeps highlighting that. Okay? That's a line that you cross. And then, and talking about his son, right? and a bunch of other stuff, right? Oh, his mom, everything. Nori, if somebody did all that stuff with you, you wouldn't want to have him on your show ever again. What would someone predict? I predict he's gonna have him on Drink Champs. They're gonna be cool. No, it's not gonna happen. And Kendrick never liked Drake. After a certain point in life, it seems like a certain point, he wanted beef with Drake. He says, "I hate you," right? And talks about, and Drake's talking about he puts hands on his wife, and he highlights his family problems. I mean, who wants to be friends with someone who did all that? This was a dumb hot take that happened from Nori, and Nori keeps doing stuff. Nori just oh, you're feeling good in Italy right now because you're over there in Italy, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna preach peace. I'm gonna bring them together. No, you're not. You're not. It's not gonna happen. You're not. Nobody's ending this thing with Kendrick and Drake. It is what it is. It's not like it's spilling over into real life stuff. Like, it happened. Drake lost. That's just what happened. Okay, and that's the census. Drake lost, and they'll have to move on from it, and they'll just have to go into their corners and hate each other. It doesn't mean that something bad's gonna happen. They didn't make that many records to begin with, right? I think they didn't even make any records really together. Drake had Kendrick on an album as like a interlude. That's it. And then they have that record with A$AP Rocky, right? That's it, man. They don't have any real records together. I don't even want to hear that anyways, to be honest. Do you? Anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. I appreciate you all. Check you guys in the next one. Peace.